Greetings and salutations, cadets. Welcome back to the 0 to 100% Deathless save file. Well, last run was really busted. Got an early Skeleton key, got AK-47 synergy, got Omega Gungeon. It was just a lot of stuff going on in that run. It was great. It was a nice, low-stress, awesome run. Hey, also, if you guys didn't know, we do have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/gracenote. The O is a 0. There's a link in the description below. What I'm going to be trying to do is at least do one Gungeon run every Saturday, and typically every week. We're streaming Tuesdays and Thursdays starting at 6 PM Pacific Standard Time, and those days are mostly just centered around whatever roguelike that's kind of in my bubble currently. Right now that's been Hades, it's been Risk of Rain 2, it potentially will be Spelunky 2 coming up pretty soon. I know that it's having, I have to start this recording, I think it's the 29th? By the time this recording comes out the game will be out, but I might have been playing it by then. That's probably going to be on the docket. And then Saturdays, I like to say I want to start the stream with like maybe a Gungeon run, maybe 2, but more than likely just 1, just so I have some like background footage for the Enter the Gungeon guides I will eventually be working on. But anyway, that's here nor there. What the main thing I'm trying to get at is that there's going to be consistent Gungeon content, at least streamed live, at least on Saturdays. So if you haven't already, definitely follow the channel, come say hi. If you want to see us learn other roguelikes, and even if you have questions about other roguelikes we play, hey, we're more than happy to help out. Anyway, we should probably get into this, because we've been kind of talking long enough, at least when timer says 2 minutes. So let's get in, let's do some work. I didn't really want to do Paradox, because I'm still saving up money, but I guess we're doing a Paradox run, because F it, why not? TP prototype is... Oh, I think this is the holster? Teleporter prototype's okay, but I never really liked it using an active item slot for it. I think it's alright. Mostly just because I would rather have better utility in something else. Like something that'll help me in combat, or something that'll help me stay safe. Either one of those is fine. Plunger's good, pulse-size gun's good, Abyssal Tentacle's fun. Just because I don't have to aim anything for this. Plunger's really good just because it's a beam... Well, A, it's a beam weapon, B, it basically is the poison version of Mega Dowser, but it got hyper buff during Farewell to Arms, where as long as you're standing over any of the poison creep that it leaves behind, you just straight up get all your ammo back. And that too, like in a pinch, it's good for pushing enemies into pits as well, so you can be very efficient with your ammo with it too. Plus, if you're playing with an okay amount of curse, or you're playing a Hero Shrine run, which is the +9 curse at the very beginning of a run, being able to defuse those fused chests, like put out the little fire in the fuse, so you can save it for a little bit later, like after you're done room clearing, it's huge. That's really good. Well, go ahead and buy that. Fossilized gun isn't terrible. Instead of dripping out poison like the plunger, it's just straight up oil, and whenever you reload the gun, it sets all the oil aflame, as long as you're pointed towards the oil itself that you leave behind. It can't defuse chests, but early on, and especially if you can, control the flame, and control where you're standing in relevance to where the flame's going to be, really good for early damage over time and help out with like AoE room clear, sure. But it can get really risky if you're not careful. Like, you can't just, spritz oil everywhere and just pretend everything's okay. Then you'll have to commit to just dodge rolling to put out all the flames. It gets really bad sometimes. And sure, Abyssal Tentacle's fine. It's a weapon that is pretty much hit scan. Aim in the general direction and the giant tentacle flies out and attaches to one single target. Got pretty decent synergies, but I dig it. I guess we'll just grab everything. We're gonna have to unlock everything on the save file anyway. That's it. I gotta make some more money. Oh crap, that's right, we have Bullet. Okay, that'll be next episode. We need to do all the stuff with Bullet too. Which means we have to beat the game as Bullet, beat the past again. So we need to beat the past once for the alternate costume, and then beat the past again for unlocking the alternate weapon skin. So that'll be the next 2 episodes, because I accidentally already committed 5 credits to this Paradox run, so I guess we're playing Paradox. It is basically what I'm saying. Starting with the Marine Sidearm with alternate skin, which is pretty fancy. Ooh, and the Winchester Shotgun is really nice. Really solid for early game room clear. If we need to use it for boss clear, we can. It's got decent damage behind it. And we have the Ring of Fire Resistance, which is no frills, just good. It's just a good passive. Being able to have immunity to fire, I mean, anything that gives you damage immunity to something is just really solid. You're never really mad about that. Put it that way. I need to make sure that key bulletin gets taken out. Because a free key? It's too delicious. On a side note, that is insanely lucky. Make sure that thing dies. So I have this whole right side of myself. Go down to the right. That room is very rude to the poor ghost. Maybe. Depending on the chests that are actually native to this floor, we might go for that one. Because a free green chest is never really a bad idea. Use the walls to our advantage. It's pillars. Let's go bottom left. The top right path is going to lead back to Bellow Shop. But I'm curious to see the paths that lead to the chests. Maybe this side? Oh. There's debris on the walls. I don't think the secret room is going to be there. But there's stuff like you can kick aside, basically. I probably could have walked that away, but it's okay. Just dodge roll. Not like I'm really losing much. Guess a little bit of time. Ooh, free blank. All the books that were on that table. Just getting in the way. I wonder if I'll get my NPC that will allow me to have our turbo mode finally. I wonder if I get that in the next couple episodes. Would be nice. Would always be nice. Free key, we get to go down to Oubliette. And be able to get some chests. I'll more than likely buy that key in shop too. Just so I can get that green chest and probably whatever other chest is there. I don't think it's going to be double brown chest. Seems fairly unlikely. Hey, hello. A secret room in there. I wonder if secret room's in exit elevator? Potentially. Or it's just somewhere in another random room. Potentially. Potentially. I guess if I didn't really want to move, I could have just flipped over a table. That's okay. Go ahead and get those chests. Let's buy this key. Sure. And let's get... Actually, let me see what the guaranteed green chest is first. See if this is a weapon or item. Ooh, item. So, it's sad because you can't see the clown mask on Paradox. You can't see anything that affects your player model in Paradox. Even if you get Cormorant, the special transformation if you get all 4 Gun Knight armor pieces. But hey, now we have a shotgun boy. The brown gun could be fine, but I'd rather go for another chance to get another item here. I always prioritize items over guns, usually. Because you can make do with a lot of guns that you just get from boss clear. Oh, hey, speaking of armor. Or speaking of the Gun Knight armor pieces. I wonder if we get a full Payday Boys / Cormorant run. That would be kind of funny. Guess we swap over to Fades. Dang! Other Payday Boy just annihilated Smiles by just standing there and swinging. Amazing. That's my boy. Ooh. Also my boy. We'll talk about Dueling Laser in a sec. That. Oh, mama. Like, we're just getting everything. Ooh, hello. Cursed bullets. I'm going to make a guide detailing curse later, but for all intents and purposes right now, for like the quick thing, cursed bullets are great. For every point of curse that you have, you get 10% extra damage, up to a maximum of 100% damage, so 10 curse. We like that. As well. Ooh. Maybe we like Plague Pistol too. Plague Pistol also leaves behind Poison Creep. Deals slightly more damage than any of like the starter pistols, and like I said, also poisons enemies, so damage over time is always solid. Doesn't really help us too much in Oubliette since a lot of enemies are poison resistant over here, but that's not really a bad thing. It has pretty solid synergies that give it some pretty decent damage for mid-game. But we can definitely just use this, honestly. So I think I talked about Dueling Laser last episode, but basically functions like an active item weapon. It recharges via dealing damage, but thing is, it deals insane burst. So you can like open up a room, try to target a big priority enemy, and then switch out to anything else to recharge it, just to clean up your room clear after that. But more than likely, it's going to annihilate whatever it touches, which is always great. Oh, there we go. The good thing about the Payday Boys, by the way, or at least the one that shoots out the shotgun, the Winchester one, I don't remember his name per se, but he also takes advantage of your bullet mods, so in this case, he's also getting curse bullets. So he's going to be doing a lot more damage, the more curse I get. We'll go down here. Oops, that was a little late, huh? So you want to be listening for your sound effects, because there's a ringing noise that happens whenever Dueling Laser is off cooldown. Hear it? Yeah. So make sure, like, if you're in the midst of doing a lot of room clear, make sure you're listening to that. And especially, too, when you're trying to go for bosses, always make sure you're using off cooldown. Always important. This is a 2-room ammo box, so heck yeah, we're gonna take advantage of it. Just want to see what's up here. I mean, we'll go for at least the key, but man, our key econ is really nice right now. Oh, the other thing about Dueling Laser 2, the beam itself, piercing. You can line up a really nice shot sometimes. Just completely wipe out a room. And he's got it, right? Curious to see what test we're gonna get here. We'll save that glass stone for a little bit later if we need to. I'm gonna save her right before Blobby Lord. Oh, a little bit. Almost too close there. It'd be really nice if we got Vampire, though. Got a lot of help on this floor to actually use. Hmm? No, sir. I want to try to find other avenues to get more curse on this loadout. We can really start buffing up. Stay at the right side. Slowly circle strafe. Man, I feel bad for them. I don't think we really get value out of this one. Unlock? Yeah. At least we don't have to spend a key to get to Old Crest. That's nice, at least. Pick up the bullets first. Low health. Wow. Just wow. I don't think we're gonna get another secret room in here, but let's try. We'll look anyway. Nice and easy. Oh, right. I thought I had the Winchester up for some reason. That definitely was not the Winchester. Okay. Go ahead and get both the chests. See what we're working with. Hot Lead is really good because it's free damage over time, set things on fire. Bundle of Wands is really good. The shotgun that has a chance to transmogrify enemies on any of the bullets. I don't remember what the percent chance is, but it's still pretty nice. Now we could go for that, but at 87 shells, I probably don't. I want to kind of guarantee that we can go to Rat. Well, do we want to go to Rat? I don't know if we need to. Well, I did have someone in my comments like saying that they wanted a way to practice it, so I guess we might as well show off more Rat Phase 2, but actually just use normal weapons so we have time to just see how that fight works. I think that would be a good idea, huh? But yeah, we'll go for Rat. We'll go for Rat. Just so there's more content of me going for it. On the bottom side here. This fight's done. Oh. Shotgun Boys is gonna do for me. I'll grab the medkit just to have it. I believe it's 2 hearts of healing. Wait, we'll do a mix of this and this. I want to make sure we actually get to our altar. I think buying a key here for 30 to get to 67 shells, I could do that, but I feel like it might be a little risky. Because going that far back, I don't know. Like, if I don't get enough curse, like, it's hard to determine just how many shells I'm going to generate. Or shells in terms of, you know, money. But we're not sure. We'll chill. We have 2 keys going into this floor anyway, so it's not really that big a deal. Oh. Pull? Pull now. Honestly, for like low HP threats, I probably could just leave it up to Spawn Boy. Could do things. And I can just spritz a bundle of wands every now and again. But I could just hide behind a pillar and just let him do work. Honestly. Just so good. Look at him go! He even gets hot lead. What a monster. If we find any of the curse jars here, I might actually just take one or two of them. Just for the extra damage. Go ahead and do a box extend here, just so we can squeeze a little bit more efficiency in. But I think we already refilled Winchester, yeah. Okay. Wasn't sure who I wanted to use Dueling Laser on, but like, oh, that seems like a decent choice. Do be careful though if you're using something like Bundle of Wands and you have a lot of curse, like a lot of curse. The chickens that you transmogrify still count as enemies, which means that when they get transmogged in, it is very possible that you spawn in jammed chickens. And if you do not have contact damage immunity, that means they can hurt you. So always keep that in mind. Sponge could be a play here. Potion of Lead Skin could be a play here. It honestly just depends on how much money we make in general. But we'll see. I mean, the ideal scenario too would be if I was able to just straight up steal stuff. I have options. Go ahead and do another box extend here. Oh, never mind, we don't have to. Because this technically counts as a room, unfortunately. Half heart, huh? Only we had vampire here. That key is definitely going to be the thing here. I'm just curious to see just how much we have after that. This is why transmog is so powerful, by the way. Transmogging a high HP, high priority target like a Chance Belon, like almost immediately, and just taking them out of the equation, is huge. Top left. Let's see. Here? Hey. On to Abbey, boys. This is probably not worth it. I only have 2 keys. 2 keys for 1 green chest is not really economically sound resource-wise. Honestly, Secret Room could be right side of Cell Room, maybe. Much debris here, probably not. Maybe the other chest room. Seems likely. Oh, I can be a little bit more conservative with our ammo now. Save our bundle of wand stuff for some of the bigger boys. Or some of the more problematic rooms. But in Chamber 2, like, most room clear is still pretty normal. Don't really have to do too much down here. It's a regular, yeah. Where is it? South End shop? I don't think I checked. Double green sounds fine. Do you like Jelter? We talked about that before, just good gun. Do a lot of damage. Orange. I'm gonna use it now. You're not Alexander. It's a reference to God Hand, a game I think done by Clover or Capcom. Both? I think it's Capcom. On the PlayStation 2, it was like a extremely hard beat 'em up game, but like instead of it being like other beat 'em up games where it's like side-scrolling, like Streets of Rage, it had a third-person camera, think like Resident Evil 4, but it was extremely fast-paced. You had combos that you can kind of customize, like you pick like the different moves and whatnot, and it was just really fun. The controls were really awkward at first, but once you start getting into flow things, it was great. It had lots of like offbeat humor. But yeah, the orange and it having a 3D model is a reference to the God Hand game where the oranges were, I think, full health back? Or at least a lot of health back. But this will give me +2 coolness. I love it! And an extra heart container. Always good. There's some synergies you can have by just having orange, but I just like using it. Oh. You there, boy? Sure. Free mailbox, I suppose. Go ahead and get this boss out of the way. Let's use our Jolter. Has better range than Winchester. A little bit more accurate, too. Oh hey, one of the things we need to kill. So I think we need to kill this... Oh god, I almost messed that up. I wasn't sure where he was pointing, so I was just like, la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Go to this side. It's almost done. Whoops. It's also very important to actually aim your dueling laser shots. Chloranthe? Hey, it actually works now. Chloranthe Ring increases, or decreases the vulnerability frames of your dodge roll, like at the end of it. You can end up dodge rolling a little bit quicker. But with Ring of Fire Resistance, your rolls actually leave behind fire creep, like think bug boots, but instead you're setting things on fire. Found Secret Room already in shop. Let's go to Abbey. I don't think I have enough shells for a key here. But now we can just buy whatever. Now we can just invest full-heartedly into keys. At the very least, I do get a free synergy chest here. We definitely want to take advantage of it when we can. If we find any curse stars in Chamber 3, try to take advantage of that. Get more damage on our build. Secret Room's probably not in here. Doesn't seem likely. Oh, poor buddy. I just need like a little bit more damage. Be taking out these guys a little bit faster. Hey, hey! At least like using our Winchester. Well, I guess like if I'm slightly closer, or if I get a little bit more accuracy, spread won't be as bad and I can just kind of annihilate things. Brother, I'll burn. Talk to him later. I'll just like saving him for after we finish out room clear. Yeah. I mean, the bracket key is always interesting, but is it worth 3 keys? Probably not, IMO. But we are just getting keys. So technically that is on the table. Left will lead us to boss. Let's finish the loop. Winchester Shotgun actually has a really decent knockback too. So if you have the ability to go for pit kills, pretty good. I like that. I was hoping to get the Bulletin behind him, but I guess it's fine. Sure. Been using the crap out of it, just to make this room clear go a little bit faster. We have a lot of weapons, so might as well take advantage of them. And I'm happy enough with Jalter to just use that for our boss clear. So as long as that's happy and healthy in terms of health, I'm good. Good brown chest. Good angry boy. Let's go for it. Ashtray. That's a regular. Now I'm still holding out hope that we do find our other payday items, but may not happen. Or we might get them like so late that it won't really matter. Got two random key drops this floor. That's pretty good. I am Brother Albert, never of several truths. If thou seekst open mind, truth chest, and ponder mine question thusly, what did thou eat for breakfast? I need an omelet. So yes, punks like you. Verily it must be so. Receive thou aboard a truthful hero. Don't mind his heavy rifle, we can use that for room clear. That's pretty good. Double blue. You love membrane. It's another boss clear. Yeah, this is fine. We got enough cash. We can do this. Okay. Not ideal. Got a key for our synergy chest. Care for any of this stuff. To go. Go fight. Let's use Jalter again and Dueling Laser. Membrane if we need to. But I like using Membrane for bigger bosses. This one, like, we run into the risk of missing a lot of shots with 3. If only we could set him on fire or poison him. Or, well, I think we can poison him. I don't know if I care enough, though. I thought I could get away without blinking here. That was a little risky. I almost had it. But I thought the flame wheel was actually going to dissipate a little earlier than expected. Really wish I could sell this med kit. Charm horn is really good. That means I can steal now. Oh, one of my favorites. That means we can speedrun Lich if we really want to. I kinda want to steal just to steal, but none of these things are things that I actually want. And I guess we could just steal Chest Teleporter just so it's in our Ammonomicon. Okay. I don't think I've ever picked it up. Not that I knew. Oh wait, no we have. Cool! Well, at least I don't have to waste time on that. What about bracket key? I picked up that. That's one I do not know. Maybe. Not, then, well, we could steal it, pick it up, and then call it a day. Not necessarily. Oh! There! We just haven't actually picked it up. So I guess we can do that. So, I do like bracket key. Is it worth 3 keys? I don't think so. It does get +1 curse, but it deals room-wide damage, so it's insane for room clear. And it's free damage for bosses, sure. But I like having our Charm Horn. That means I can steal from NPC shops, and I can steal once from Bellow 100% guaranteed. And we do want to do that because I want my curse. So right now I have 2 because I stole once. Let's get going. We need to find a rat room, and we need to find at least 1 key. If we find another NPC shop, that'll be really good for us. Only problem with the Gemini rifle is that we do need to get like mid-range in order to make sure our shots are actually landing. Aside from that though, just really solid damage behind it. Shelter's going to get it, because that is our main boss clearing weapon right now. Oh, the other good thing about Charmhorn too is that we can use it during room clear as well. So in case there is a high priority enemy that's near us and he's annoying, we can go ahead and charm him, just so they're now pointed in our direction and they could potentially kill some of the stuff that's in the room. Fun, fun, fun. Please be tonic. This is what I mean. Like, you have to be pretty much mid-range to make sure these shots actually land. Anything farther is a little sketchy. Sure. Tonic? Oh, it's just Ledge Goblin. I found it. Again. I don't know why you did that, but please, don't do it again. I just need to find my way out. The main reason we're doing this little questline, though, is I think the third and final time you try to kick Ledge Goblin's helmet, it will unlock an item called the Blast Helm, which renders you immune to explosions, but more importantly, in one of the, I think, Dungeons and Dragons update, it gives you contact damage immunity as well, making it insanely high priority. I thought I was gonna kill it before it exploded. Oops. Dang it. You always want to go for jam bullets anyway, though. That room, by the way. Because they are more than likely going to be dropping cash for you. Or don't want to say no to cold hard cash. We could steal that stinger. And I can show you a trick to get this, like, I want to keep my blanks for the boss fight. And I know that I'm going to have to blank twice in Rat Tunnel. And if I want that secret room, I have to blank. But we have a crap ton of armor. So we could just use that. But you're wondering, like, wait, how are you going to hurt yourself in there to set off your armor? Well, there's a way. Aside from just using damage over time stuff like poison or whatever. So you're right here. If we drop off this pit, but teleport into the shop, pretends like we dropped into the shop. Since we have armor, that's a blank effect. Blank effect in that room means, hey, we opened up the secret room. Hey, fossilized gun. Proof that gun's once. Fortunately, we don't really need to use that for room clear anymore. Well, we can, but at this point, I'm lazy. Just really lazy. We could buy that stinger, or we could just steal it. Just use that for room or boss clear instead of our Jolter. I think that's probably the play here. Make sure we get a little bit extra damage moving in to the rat phase. Buy the keys for sure. Damage. I'm gonna do 3 whole hearts worth for now. Just so I have some extra money to play around with later. Hey, would be. Woodbeam's hilarious. Gives you +1 curse, but it gives you a gigantic 2x4 that extends and you just like whack enemies in the face with it. You actually get slightly more profit going for dual hearts here. I think those were 42, but grand total I get 52 back. So, slight profit. Every shell counts. Stop here. Actually, grab that too. Heal. I'll grab that too. What I'll do... here... fall into the pit here. Sacrifice that armor. This way, I have two blanks going into the fight. Is it overkill? Probably. Do I mind? Not really. That was always solid, but considering like what we already have on this run, we don't really need it. Your orbital's really good. When you get hurt, it slows down time. Some synergies make this rotate even faster around you, meaning you can clear out patterns a little bit more consistently. We dig that. Okay, my favorite. I don't really want to get stuck in a corner against this thing. But granted, a lot of the damage rises from the impact, but the rockets also leave behind bees. The bees are heat-seeking. Well, not heat-seeking particularly, I mean there's a lot of fire in this room. But, enemy-seeking, I guess? But you want to make sure that rocket hits anyway. With a good damage. Fine. Oh, we did find secret. Sure. I think I'm gonna use my membrane for a room clear now at this point. Get more cash here. Cause you know what? We like that cashola, baby! I could be more aggressive. I don't think I'm going to be burning through 8 pieces of armor anytime soon, so yeah, sure. I know I'm getting at least 2 hearts back anyway, going into Rat Trapdoor or Rat Maze, and then I think get a full heart back from the Rat Victory Room anyway. Yeah, sure, this seems fine. It's fine. There's no danger. But we're now going into the rat chamber with 418 shells. We pretty much have enough money for anything that we so desire leading up to the final rooms, or the final chambers. Don't think we're gonna do RNG. Not like we have like a whole bunch of coolness to work with. No higher drop rates, so I don't think I want to waste the time. We just keep going. Just do the Funka stuff. Showing off Rat, probably show off Lich. Or at the very least show off how dumb Room Clear is with what we have. Round 1. I don't think I should have gotten away with that. Ow. Yeah, we shouldn't have. I was waiting for that to like speed up. 2 left, 3. I don't know why it's still in the middle. You know what I should have done? I should have Charm Horned the one on the right and got behind him. I should also actually be using our dueling laser, and probably bundle of wands would be better. If you do get jam chickens, just roll into them. They are taken out very easily. Wow. Okay. Down 5, left 6. Free room. Let's see, what are we using here? I'll save Stinger for phase 2. We'll use old Jolter. Sounds about right. I think everything we have is pretty much full. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll use Jolter. See if we can take out this. Oh, it's so hard to see the lasers because of all the freaking fire on the ground. Oh, I am not immune to poison though. Our damage is dumb. Pretty quick turnaround there. I'll do my best to just talk about this fight. So, what you want to think of, like, for every single fight is there's a good neutral positioning where you can best react to pretty much all the patterns that they throw at you. I'm gonna let our Boy actually do most of the work here while I talk about this fight. So you're looking for certain tells as well, like how the enemy kind of shifts. Like if he squats down like this, you see the rockets. I like to stay around the bottom, let the rockets kind of store themselves on the wall. A little bit of laser that pops out there, you just sweep, jump across it, the jump. Dodge roll 3 times on the bottom wall, rockets again, stand on one side, keep walking against the wall, wait for the rockets. Sometimes you have to roll a little bit just to get through some of the little patterns there. They overlap weird. Outer ring pattern, or ring pattern, going from inner to outer, whenever they kind of are perpendicular, or they brush up against each other and it's possible to dodge roll, I dodge roll. Sweep. Dodge roll towards it. Rockets, start on one side. Walk, 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 walk. Birds. Oh no, don't want. Never want to stay on the sides because they'll do a stomp attack that's pretty fast. And bolts will pop out there. Crosshair. Walk along the side of the crosshair. Wait for the explosion, or the drop. Dodge roll towards it. For Mecha Rep pattern, just if you have like a rapid fire weapon, just use that. These things are really, really weak, so you can just switch out. Sweep. back to neutral. So neutral position here is like this little rectangle. I got really distracted talking about it, but this little rectangle right here, you can usually react to almost everything in there. The rectangle right in front of the mecha rat. I don't know if that was as detailed as it could have been. I guess like if we didn't have Homeboy like laying waste to the mecha rat, it would have been better. I would have had more time to just talk about stuff, but it's okay. We can keep doing rat if you guys need me to. Also so you guys see more busted runs, I guess. And I guess I'll do Rat Punch out enough to where you guys can just kind of pick up on the timing for things. One, two, three. Pretty much anytime he glows yellow, that's a probably an opportunity to actually punch him in the jaw. And he's out of here. I'm not gonna bother with Advanced Dragon. That might take a little bit too long, and I don't feel like dealing with it right now. Definitely gonna grab this for the +1 curse. Never gonna use it. But it's delicious, because that's an extra 10% damage for free. The synergy, believe, last bullet on each magazine for a weapon will be guaranteed fire. Rhetoric Wandstone means that it's got a bigger hitbox for that orbital. It also improves my dodge roll, and I have both of the dodge roll increase items. Chlorantha Ring and our Red Wandstone, or Orange Wandstone. Oh no, Red Wandstone, sorry. I am gonna grab my rat boots and be on my way. Checking if any of these are limits. Nope. Wait. Oop. Let's try to go for a little bit faster speed here. Make sure we're actually using bundle wands from the get-go. Hopefully we get more NPC shops, 'cause I wanna steal more. No more rat means he can't steal my ammo boxes anymore. No, normally like these gun reapers, they have infinite durability, except they can actually be transmogged if you hit them with a transmog weapon. Pretty great. Uh-oh. Angry jammed boy. We've been getting ridiculously lucky with key drops for no good reason. Not saying no. Oh, I walked right into him and I wasn't even paying attention. That's an oops-a-doodle. We're at about half. Why not? What? Yay, more ammo. Kitty. Where are you, kitty? You're hiding here. Yes. Hello. Nice. Not really much more to talk about, huh? With at least like our room clear. Don't think we're going to be in danger anytime ever in this run, at least. So much protection. I just want to see if we get more damage at least. Double green chest, huh? Oops. Definitely be taking advantage of Sinner Grace. Like the items. Like the guns, and if we get a synergy, even better. So late, but sure. Take it so we have another convoy. Honestly, we have enough cash to literally just buy out the shop if we really wanted to. I'll probably take Big Boy because it's another 10% damage. Another +1 curse. Let me see what we get here. Ooh, that's good. 10% extra damage, I think. Pretty sure. But more bullet velocity as well. Technically need more keys, but... Have I picked up Big Boy? I feel like we have. I could be wrong. Maybe not. Yeah, sure. Oh, I guess it's just not gonna tell me. Well, we have it now. I mean, as much as I want to steal from another shop, having the +1 curse here is probably the better deal. Plus, we can use it and deal a lot of damage. Of course I'm feeling it. Hey, what I was talking about earlier. This is, I believe, 40% extra damage on bosses. Dig that. Dig that a lot. I wish it deleted bullets. But I guess I would be kind of busted, huh? Oh, AK-47. Here's our bundle. Bundle of joy. Keep using this. You know, we probably could just start using Jolter at this point. Like, while it doesn't transmog, it deals a poop ton worth of damage. Yeah, I think that's fine. That's a goal. Plus, if we really need to annihilate something, we can just use Big Boy. I can say Galactic Metal also improves fire rate. I think reload time? I mostly like it just because of the boss damage. It seems like my fire rate's slightly higher. Oh wait, no. Duh. That's because I have rocket bullets. Duh. Hello? Chris forgets what items he has yet again. Oh, hello. Hi, Blocker. Bye, Blockner. Ooh. Big shell. That blue chest. You said there'd be it. Oh. No boy? Yeah. I have 6 keys, why not? And I can steal again on this floor. Wow, he actually got that? What a monster. Oh, that big boy. Love of these keys, man. I'm just not gonna question it anymore. Oh no, he's still alive. Can't see what I'm doing. Wow. I will use bundle. Like, the only problem with bundle in late game is that its raw damage is pretty low. So sometimes they can't really compete if you're super slow, or if if for whatever reason your RNG is just kind of bad and you're not able to get a transmog super quick. Sometimes it can take a while to actually finish off enemies. But that potential transmog is always solid. And another key. I mean, okay. Huh. Huh. You know, I want to use this for the boss. The game keeps giving me stuff that I can use to steal from our dearest blacksmith. I guess we're just gonna have to. Ring of Ethereal Form is also super solid in the sense that it does offer invulnerability, because you're now a spooky ghost. But it also counts as breaking sight, or giving you stealth, you can steal from shopkeeps. And there's not really much I want here. Like, honestly. I mean, I guess we steal just so we can get another curse. I think that brings us up to 5? I'm gonna hold on to this, just so we have more damage. I don't think I'm afraid of just getting hit by stuff. Sure. Black Sail? Or Black Flag. So our little Corsair shots will actually shoot out little cannonballs. Like mini series cannon shots, in essence. pretty good actually. Or it makes it into like a really good weapon. Helps it scale. Also, I like to say the shots are a little bit faster too. Not hard at all to see like what's going on around my character with all this fire. I kind of mess up the timing there, but that's okay. I could have been using the big boy a lot. Kind of forgot about it. I don't know if we could turn this into a one cycle. No, we can. Just had to switch around some weapons and use the big boy. Nice. Now room clearance is not going to matter anymore. Why? Well, you'll see. Now we're a speedrunner. I mean, technically. If only we had more base damage. This is still pretty good though. You know, I also forgot to mention that we had table tech stun from Rat Chamber. As long as there's like a table, we can just make sure they don't do any patterns whatsoever. This is gonna loop back around, so... try to keep every enemy on screen so we can be as efficient as possible. Oh, it does delete bullets! Look at me misrepresenting my knowledge. Let's see. I'd say that these two probably loop. Let's go left. Uh-oh. I might be wrong. Maybe. We'll see. Gamma ray. Ah, yeah. Makes the beam into like a weird fork type of thing. Actually super solid at that point, but we don't really need to use it. Oh no, we're okay. I was right. These two loop. Oh no. I guess I'll run up and grab this one. I'm pretty much only going to be using chamber gun for down here. Just cause I'm also really lazy. Oh yeah, we found it. Nice. I'm not gonna bother really doing a full clear. Not like we have like a high drop chance for anything anyway. Oh, those ads are spawning in? Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, let's rush back down towards that teleporter so we can refill this bad boy before the hand grabs me. It's actually possible to soft lock the game. If you teleport at the wrong time, there's no... it'll pretend that you're in this zone, but there's no way to teleport to it. And you're just gonna be stuck in bullet hell. Can't really do anything about it. But don't do what I did. Or don't do that. Basically. Dude, Payday Boy just going ham city on him. Wait, what? Oh, I guess the rocket was still there, huh? My fight money. Oh, this is poison. Oh. But my money. Oh, so loud. Okay, so now we'll have to remember, next two runs, we have to play as Mr. Bullet, and I guess it'll be like an impromptu bullet guide, huh? Now let's skip through all this stuff. Thank you. Let's see. Let me see the final stats on this run. Pretty good. Oh really? That was only 105? Huh. Yeah, a lot of really dope items here. A lot of damage. A lot of good weapons. Flawless again. Still no Tonic the Sledgehog. Still living in shambles. Still no turbo mode. But all in all, really clean run. A lot of good stuff showing up. And it only took a little bit over an hour. That's not bad. Anyway guys, that's gonna be it from me. As per usual, please like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, please use the comment section down below, or say hello in our Discord server, or on stream when you see me live. And until I see you guys next, good luck in your runs. Bye-bye!